here is my audience. Thank you guys for coming. So, assault rifles. Let's talk about that a little bit. So, it's a big controversial topic right now with all the gun control stuff in the legislature that's going through the White House at the moment. So, to date in the United States, there are 300 million registered guns to civilians. That is 89 guns per 100 people. A lot of guns. But what is an assault rifle exactly? So an assault rifle is a larger weapon, almost military grade, but they have already restricted that to semi-automatic weapons, and they have an average clip size of 30 rounds. But even taking that into consideration with reload time, you can fire off 100 rounds in 56 seconds. That's pretty good. Firearms are the leading cause of homicide in the United States. And in foreign countries where they have stricter gun laws, they have lower homicide rates and lower suicide rates, in which people correlate that to the gun laws. And then there's the other side of the spectrum, in which people believe that banning assault rifles or putting restrictions is irrelevant, because this would just relate to the prohibition that we experienced in the 1920s with alcohol. People will hide them, people will find other means to obtain them, and refuse to give them up. With that, there are 8 million assault rifles in circulation in the United States. And even further than that, there's still the black market and dark web, which are means of obtaining assault rifles if one really wished to do so. And with new innovations in 3D printing, people have learned how to craft their own guns at home. Yeah, I know. So, should we ban assault rifles or put restrictions on them? On that side of the argument, people find them too accessible. At 18 years old and passing a background check and having the sufficient funds, you can go home with an assault rifle with no license or training. People claim they need them for self-defense, except from 2007 to 2011, the 29 million violent crimes that occurred, less than 1% of those crimes involved a gun being used in self-defense, showing that guns are rarely used in these circumstances. And is an assault rifle really necessary for a home invasion? If someone is invading your house, a handgun or a shotgun would suffice just as well as a almost military grade weapon. A more contemporary issue would be the Orlando shooter that occurred last year. So the Orlando shooter went into this nightclub with a handgun and an assault rifle. He injured 50 plus people and killed 49. Because he had an assault rifle, he could put up numbers like that. With a handgun, he wouldn't have gotten anywhere close to that. Someone could have gotten him in time. And that's an issue. Then there's, on the other side of the pro-gun people, with the assault rifles, is people claim they need them for hunting. Hunting is a very popular recreational sport in the U.S., and people want an assault rifle to fire off quick rounds to take out packs of coyotes, packs of wolves, or multiple deer. And people think of having an assault rifle for self-defense reasons. Lots of rounds, lots of firepower. It's comforting to some. Another argument would be having an assault rifle for a tyrannical government. For those of the more radical that believe that the government's going to turn against them, they would like a assault rifle to fight against the men in uniforms, if it were ever to happen. Not plausible, but it could. That same group of people believe that stricter gun laws will not deter crime. They believe more civilians with guns will deter crime. So there's the argument that people want to actually lower the restrictions on gun laws so that almost everybody can have a firearm. So we can't really talk about gun control or assault rifle control without really referencing the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment has claimed that able-bodied men have the right to own a firearm for the militia. But people have taken that as the way that has given the right to individuals to own a weapon. So there's that gray area in there that makes legislature a little difficult. So what side should you choose? Should you be pro assault rifle or against them? So, I mean, assault rifles are quite dangerous, don't get me wrong, but they could be helpful. Um, they're responsible for many deaths, but suicide rates won't be lowered if we restrict them. Uh, they're responsible for many mass shootings, but restrictions won't stop people from obtaining these weapons. This argument is rather balanced and equal on both sides. So I guess my question is to you is now that you know what you know, you pro assault rifle, or you think we should restrict or even ban them? Thank you for your time.
I got you under 6.